Good morning, interwebs. It is Saturday, May something. Oh, it's May the 4th, I think. If the interwebs is any indication, it is. It's May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you, you know, because we're deep in Star Wars territory here. So far today I have gotten up. I am dressed. Do you ever sit in bed and think about what you want to wear and then you look for it and you can't find the pieces? Well, I couldn't find the skirt, even though this was a skirt of my dreams, literally, because I woke up from dreaming. It was like, that's what you were going to wear today. But I found it, so I'm now wearing it. I have already been productive today. I've made tuna salad, which we will eat for lunch later. It is like, I don't know, it's 12:45. The dishwasher's running, but we don't eat lunch till closer to 3. So it's just like chilling and doing its, like, you know, all the yummy flavors mixing together. I'm almost through with my first cup of coffee. And Steve has already gone to bed because he has a 12 today. Some kids are outside. Some kids are upstairs doing work. You know, all the things. I just knew that I needed to pick up the camera and talk to you first thing, or else I wouldn't pick it up. Are you all ready to be just scared at how terrible my office looks? Well, this is the state of things. This is the craft show aftermath. It's all pretty even, but yeah, it's a mess. So messy. All the fabric. We went to Manhattan before I left for the craft show. Was it like Tuesday or Wednesday? Went to Manhattan, and they had a really good sale at Joann's. And Steve and I liked a bunch of the fabric, so he encouraged me to buy a bunch of fabric to make clothing for myself and bags and other things. So we bought a whole mess of fabric, and he washed it all for me while I was on my little retreat craft show thing, which is very sweet of him. But I now have to iron and fold it all because he washed it and dried it, and it's just sitting on my ironing board and my sewing table waiting to be dealt with. And I can't really do anything else in here till I at least, like, kind of fold it up, even if I don't get to, like, the nice ironing of it. So I need to move some things around in here, just, you know, get everything all ship-shape. My plan today is to work on Patreon postcards and Bag Club. Bag Club needs to ship on Monday, so I have today and tomorrow to get that finished being sorted, which won't be a problem. But I also am going to work on a new project with my daughter. So I'd had somebody ask me in a comment the other day, on the other channel I think, but what I use these pouches for, which those of you who've been around forever recognize them as the We Hook Wednesday pouches. You also recognize how much dust is stuck inside the lens of this camera. Ugh. So gross when it's bright out. But anyways, basically, there's been nothing in those pockets a lot of the time. I have some plans to use it for some yarny endeavors in future months, but we were looking to do like a fun, kind of like random inspiring word thing, just in the interest of making things and making things that were what like inspired us. So last night, my daughter and I took index cards and cut them in half. There are yellow and green ones. And then we went to a random word generator online, and we randomly generated 7 words at a time from all parts of speech. Well, I guess adjectives, verbs, and nouns. So it randomly generated 7 words. And I wrote them all down on the cards. So we have 31 randomly generated sets. And she went and then we shuffled them and then randomly put them in the pockets. So there's like so much randomness. And now we're picking them out, and every day the goal is to use at least 3 of these words in a creative endeavor, which means you can write a story, you can write a poem, you can do some art. You can, if she can find a way to justify to me that she has used the words creatively, that's awesome. And I will do the same, and we'll just see what we come up with. It's a cool way, I think, to teach like brainstorming and creative endeavor. And also, kind of get the idea that like not everything you make is going to be perfect, and so it's worth like just trying things, because I have a feeling some cool stuff is going to come out of this. Potentially some fair projects, I don't know, we'll see. So today's words are turkey, encroach, eggs, disastrous, body, jittery, and contradict. So we got to look up a word today and discuss the term body, which is a wonderful word that is underutilized because it is such an appropriate word for society these days. Many people have extremely body sense of humor. Sometimes myself included. It all depends who I'm talking to. So, you just have to use 3 of the words. I might endeavor to use more, but I'm going to go with the have to use 3, same as her. That way, I'm not overcommitting, but it might be fun sometimes to use more. So, we'll see what I come up with, and I will try to show you by the end of the day what I decide to do with these words and let you know. Okay, now I need to go and take all the footage that's living inside of you and make it live inside my computer and see what mess I'm working with, because I know I took footage over the last like 2 weeks. I think it's a hot mess of stuff because I was just doing too many things at once, juggling all the balls, and the vlog was like a ball that was in there but not a ball I was dealing with regularly. So I need to go and sort that out and see what it turns into. And then I need to film a Yarn Tales video because I finished another segment last night. I'm so excited. I was playing with yarns for the next reading shawl because I am rapidly approaching the end of this one, just to kind of cover myself and figure out if I have all the yarns I need. Also trying to decide if I need to order some more yarn for the current shawl. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty, off to go do fun and productive and creative things. Good morning, interwebs. It's Sunday, and I talked to you for a really long time at the beginning of the day yesterday. I never filled you back in. As far as my progress on all the things, I worked a ton on reading shawls. I wove in ends. I've been blocking. It's behind me. But I made the unfortunate decision, without thinking about it, that I set out my giant shawl to dry on the floor in my office, which I kind of picked up so that I could, you know, do all the things I needed to do in there. But I now have a blocking shawl on the floor in there, which is necessary because I also have a closing door for that room, which means it won't get catted. So that is just hanging out and chilling right now. I did do my creative endeavor with my 7 words, however. That was very fun. I did it before I went to bed last night. Decided that I wanted to try and use all the words because, you know, I'm me and that's how I work. And I started writing a story, and I wrote like, I don't know, a little over, whoa, you were looking at the sky. Why are you up there? I am right here. But I wrote like 450 some words of a story, and I used like a, you know me and my randomness about things and how I like to let other things decide my fate. So I flicked through this thing that I have for like story ideas with the kids, and so I'm writing a story about a box of crayons who wants to build a catapult but gets no respect. That's what my story is about. It's very, very exciting, and it used all 7 words from yesterday. So we'll see. I'm probably going to keep working on it, keep adding silly words. I don't know. It was an interesting exercise in writing for me, so that's good. You know, just laying on the ground outside, as you do when you want to take pictures of your shawls. That's totally normal. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.